When Trump is convicted of corporate fraud, he will treat the courtroom as a campaign stop. A $250 million civil lawsuit filed by the New York Attorney General accuses Trump, his grown sons and his business empire of widespread corporate fraud. Donald Trump faced the Attorney General, who is suing him for massive corporate fraud, and the judge who revoked his business license last week, as the former president entered the first day of a $250 million civil trial in Manhattan court on Monday. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification button to be notified when we post great videos. Let us know your possible suggestions by leaving your comments below. An attempt Trump appeared to be watching the trial's opening statements as he entered the courtroom with a frown on his face. New York Attorney General Tish James claims that Trump, his adult sons, companies and some business associates fraudulently inflated Trump's net worth to obtain favorable terms from banks and insurance companies. Throughout the day, Trump, who faces a series of challenges from here to the top of the Republican presidential race, treated the courthouse as a campaign stop, speaking from a line of television cameras that lined the corridor leading to the courtroom. During a midday lunch break, he said the trial was election interference and mocked Judge Arthur Engoron, who is overseeing the case. Engoron will decide the outcome of the trial because it is a preliminary investigation, meaning there is no jury. This is a judge who should be fired. This is a judge who should resign. This is a judge who some say could face criminal charges for his actions. He's meddling in the election, and it's shameful, Trump said, echoing similar attacks on Engoron that he launched on social media in recent weeks. The lawsuit centers on an issue central to Trump's public identity, his net worth. Last week, Engoron handed down a potentially devastating ruling on the Trump family business, finding Trump liable for widespread fraud, inflating his net worth, and revoking the licenses of some of his major properties, including Trump Tower and the Trump International Hotel. According to James, the lawsuit details what Trump and others did with that false information, including using it for insurance fraud and tax breaks. And Engoron's conviction means the trial will focus in part on the penalties Trump currently faces. James is seeking $250 million from Trump in the state and a trade ban. James himself attended the hearing on Monday, sitting in the front row of spectators. Trump, wearing a navy suit and light blue tie, walked directly in front of James as he entered the courtroom, but did not look at him or interact. Eric Trump, the son of the former president, who is accused in the case, also appeared before the court. In his opening statement Monday, the Attorney General told the judge it proved Trump overvalued his properties to improve his bottom line. While it may be one thing to overstate with Forbes magazine or a TV group of onlookers, you cannot do it, whereas conducting trade within the state of unused York, a legal counselor for the Lawyer General's office, Kevin Wallace, said. Central to the Lawyer General's case is witness Michael Cohen, Trump's previous legal counselor. Amid opening articulations, the Lawyer General's office played a portion from Cohen's recorded testimony in which he said Trump would choose a number for his net worth that would put him higher on the Forbes richest people list. It would be the work of Cohen and previous Trump Organization Chief Monetary Officer Alan Weisselberg. Another one of the litigants, to esteem the properties in a way that would include up to Trump's craved add up to, Cohen said. Mr. Trump would call Alan and I into the office, Cohen said. Let's say he was worth $6 billion, but he needed to be higher on the Forbes list. So he would say, I'm not worth $6 billion, I'm worth 7 or 8. Alan and I were taking the resources, expanding each of the resource classes in a range to suit that $8 billion number. In their opening explanations, attorneys for Trump and the other respondents seized on the say of Cohen, more than once alluding to him as a liar and a sentenced criminal. He's lied to courts. He's lied to Congress. He's lied to everybody and anybody he's come into contact with, said Trump lawyer Chris Keyes. Another defense lawyer, Alina Habba, in to some degree overstated conveyance, and what she said were impromptu comments, told the judge that Trump and the others had, in reality, underestimated their properties and were being sued for standard trade loans. We are assaulting a sitting president and 2 of his children and his workers for an explanation of monetary condition that's, to be perfectly honest, worth less than what they are worth, Hubbard said. The esteem is what somebody is willing to pay, she told the court, portraying Trump buildings as Money properties. Referencing one of Trump's properties, she told the court, "I assure you, there's an individual out there who would purchase that property for over $1 billion. That's not extortion, that's genuine taste state." Before entering the court Monday morning, Trump himself protected his conduct, telling correspondents everything was culminate. There was no crime. He too lashed out at James, calling her racist and a frightfulness peer who ran on the premise she would get Trump some time recently she indeed knew anything approximately me. During the last mentioned half of the day, the Lawyer General's office called its to begin with witness. Donald Drinking Spree, a long-time bookkeeper for the Trump Organization, who affirmed that Weisselberg, a litigant within the case, provided Drinking Spree with data he utilized to issue the company's explanations of budgetary condition. Trump's final appearance in an unused York courthouse was in April for his arraignment on criminal charges related to quiet cash installments to porn star Stormy Daniels. He is planned to go to trial in that case next year and is too beneath criminal prosecution in 3 other cases in Florida, Georgia and Washington, D.C. A sprinkling of dissidents showed up exterior the courthouse Monday, a few of them chanting, "Trump lies all the time." That's what we have for you today. What do you think of our video? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe, like and hit that share button.